All right, good morning everyone. I think it's about 9 o'clock. Might be a minute. I'm glad you made it today. I'm Jen Miller. This is morning yoga. It's good to see people joining on. I see a few more people coming on, so I'll give it just another second. All right, here we go. All right, welcome. I'm glad you made it today. We're going to start actually down on our backs. So bring the soles of your feet together. You're going to come all the way down on your back. Let your knees drop open. And then as you come down on your back, let's rest one hand on your belly, one hand on your chest. Close your eyes here and just begin to belly breathe. See if you can breathe in and out through your nose with your mouth closed, expanding your breath into your belly. Once you begin to feel the movement of your breath in your belly, see if you can expand your breath so much that you move both your hand on your belly and your hand on your chest. So as you inhale, your breath moves first into your belly and then into your ribs and your chest. And then as you exhale, letting the breath go from the chest and then the ribs and then the belly. So take a few breaths in this way. Just take one more deep belly breath here. And let it all go. And then we'll open the eyes, open your arms out to the side in a T. Bring your feet to the floor with your knees just above your ankles. Walk your feet out wide. And then just start to drop your knees side to side a few times. And I'll let you know, the wider you have your feet, the easier it's going to be to drop your knees. So feel free to take your feet as wide as you need to. And the next time your knees go to the right, just hold on to the right side for a breath. big, deep inhale, long, slow exhale. And then reverse that, take your knees to the left and take a big breath on this side. And then just bring your knees back into center. We're going to extend the right leg straight. Pull your left knee into your chest. Lace your hands around your shin. And as you're pulling your left knee in toward you, reach through your right heel. So your right foot is flexing, your right leg is strong. And we're just going to draw the knee toward us, getting a little hip stretch here on the left side. Take a full belly breath. And then release the left leg, send it out, and bring the right knee in. So lacing the hands around the right shin, pull the knee toward you, flex the left foot, and make the left leg really strong. Take a big belly breath on this side. And then just draw both knees in towards your chest. Lift up your head and your shoulders, wrap your arms around your legs, and then rock yourself side to side a few times, just massaging your low back on the floor. And then from here, gently rock up to seated. So we're going to come up, take a comfortable cross-legged position. So whatever that looks like for you, coming all the way up onto the top of your sit bones. Take your fingertips to the floor beside you. So pressing down into the fingertips to find a nice long, tall spine here. Find your gazing point. So look in front of you, fix your eyes on something that's not moving. And then the next time you inhale, keeping your right hand down, sweep your left arm up. So we're going to try to bring the left bicep close to the ear. And as you exhale, just tip sideways to the right, getting that side bend, creating some space in the left rib cage. Take a full belly breath here. And then inhale, come all the way back up. We're going to take the left hand to the right knee and take a little twist. So twisting around towards your right side. Just a breath here. And then as you exhale, release, come back to center. And before we switch sides, let's take two hands to the front. A little walk forward to stretch into the hips just a bit. Just walking out until you feel a stretch in your hips. Stay for a breath. And then gently walk your way back in, come back upright. We're going to change the position of the legs. So whichever leg was in front, we're going to reverse that. Take your fingertips to the floor again. Tent your fingers on the floor. So we're pressing into the fingertips to create a lot of length in the spine. This time we'll keep the left hand down, reach the right arm up, taking the bicep close to the ear, and tip sideways to the left, finding that stretch in the right side body. Just a breath here. And then as you inhale, come back upright. Exhale, take your right hand to your left knee, twisting to the left. Still rooting into the sit bones, still reaching through the crown. One big breath. And as you exhale, come back to center. We'll take that same little walk forward, that same release for your hips. Find your breath and breathe. Try to maintain belly breath if you can. And then gently walk your way back upright. We're going to come up to hands and knees. So coming up to tabletop. Taking the hands under the shoulders, the knees under the hips. Rest the top of the feet on the floor. Spread your fingers out wide, and let's move through a few rounds of cows and cats. So as you inhale, draw your belly down, turn your sit bones up, look forward, stretching into the front of the torso. And then as you exhale, curl the spine up toward the ceiling, tuck your chin to your chest, stretching into the back. Take a few rounds. Inhale, coming into cow. Exhale, press into cat. And just take a couple more with your own breath. So taking the full inhale to come into cow, and the full exhale to come into cat. Still breathing through your belly if you can. And then we'll meet in a neutral position, so just coming back to tabletop. Take your knees out a little wider, so a little closer to the edges of your mat. Sit your hips back, reach your arms up. See if you can lean down and place your forehead on the floor. If your forehead does not reach that low, maybe try taking the knees wider. Maybe fold the arms underneath the head and rest your head on your arms. So good hip stretch here. We'll stay for 2 rounds of breath. See if you can belly breathe. Inhale into the belly, into the ribs, into the chest, and exhale, let it all go. One more full breath here. And then stretch your arms back out. Lift your way up through table. Go ahead and tuck the knees a little closer. Tuck your toes under. And we'll lift up the knees to come up to downward facing dog. So as we come into downward dog, it might be important to walk your feet a little closer so you can bend your knees and keep your hamstrings comfortable. So if the backs of your legs are feeling really tight, try to take that closer stance. Bend your knees as much as you need to. If you've got some range of motion, step back a little farther, work on straightening the knees, and start to pedal the legs. So alternate bending one knee and then the other. Think about the position of your shoulders here. If your shoulders are really hunching up towards your ears, draw your shoulders away from your ears. Let your head rest between your elbows. And then the next time you inhale, lift your heels high away from the floor. And as you exhale, release, drop your heels closer to the floor. And then look forward towards your hands. Take a few baby steps to bring the feet forward, keeping a little space between the feet. Reach up and take opposite elbows, coming into ragdoll. Let your head hang. Might feel good to sway your upper body a little bit. So if movement feels good, then take a little movement. If you'd rather not, then just find stillness. We'll stay for another breath. And at the end of your exhale, go ahead and let your arms go. Bend your knees a little bit. Curl your chin to your chest. Round your spine. Come all the way up to standing. Stacking up one vertebrae at a time as you go. Coming all the way up to mountain pose. Head comes up last. And once you get all the way up, go ahead and roll your shoulders back and down. Bring your hands to your heart. Find your gazing point in front of you. So this is your drishti. You want to come back to that same gazing point every time we come back up to standing. So make sure you're standing on strong, straight legs. Draw your belly in just a little bit. Let your chest lift up. Let your shoulders relax. And then here, as you inhale, sweep 2 arms overhead, lifting through the fingertips. As you exhale, separate the hands, soften the knees, swan dive, and find that forward fold. And then step your right foot back to runner's lunge. So landing on the ball of the right foot, let the hips drop. Take a quick body check and make sure that front knee, the left knee, is stacking over the ankle. If you find yourself here, just try to scoot back a little bit so you can plant the left heel and have a perpendicular left shin. Maybe lifting onto the fingertips, reach your heart forward so the spine is really extended. Strong, straight right leg. Stay for one more breath. And then we'll plant the hands. We're going to step the left foot to meet the right foot and come into plank. So as you press your hands into the floor, draw your low belly in again. Make your legs really strong. Stay for another full breath here. And as you exhale, let the hips come up. Press back to downward facing dog. Option to pedal the legs again. If you enjoy that movement, just take that movement. And if you'd rather just find stillness, find stillness. One more full breath. And at the end of your exhale, look forward to your hands. We'll make that same transition. Walk your feet up, take a few baby steps. Come back to ragdoll, take opposite elbows, tuck your chin, let your head hang. Maybe moving around a little bit, maybe just being still. One more belly breath. Exhale and let your arms go.
And as you inhale, tuck your chin, curl your spine, soften your knees. Come all the way back up to standing. Head comes up last. Take the time to roll your shoulders back and down again. Bring your hands to prayer. Take a quiet breath, finding that same drishti. So we use that focal point, that gazing point, to bring our attention inward. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, swan dive and fold. Soften your knees again if you need to. And then on this side, let's step the left foot to runner's lunge. So taking that same stretch on the opposite side. Quick body check. Check that front knee is over the front ankle. Adjust if you need to. Lift onto the fingertips so that you can extend the upper spine. So if we're not careful, trying to reach for the floor, we try to curl into the upper spine. We want to make sure we stay long in that upper spine. One breath here. And then plant the hands. We'll step the right foot to meet the left foot. Coming into plank for a breath. Belly is strong, legs are strong, and as you exhale here, press back to downward facing dog. And just take 2 breaths, either moving around or staying still. One more full belly breath. As you exhale again, look forward. We're going to make the same transition with baby steps, but this time bring your feet a little closer together. So you want your big toes close together. Take 2 hands to your shins. Lift up halfway. So as you do that, your gaze goes forward, your spine is really long. Exhale and fold. Bend your knees a little bit if you need to. And then keeping that long spine. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Come all the way up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Find that gazing point. That drishti, take a breath. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, swan dive and fold. Inhale to half lift, so just where we were, lift up. As you exhale, plant the hands, right foot back, runner's lunge. Let the hips drop, let the heart shine forward. Take 1 breath here. And this time, again, as you exhale, step back to plank. Option to hold your plank position or squeeze the elbows in, drop knees, drop chest, drop chin. Inhale forward to the belly. If you're holding plank, just 1 more breath. And then exhale, release and press back everybody to downward facing dog. Take 2 full rounds of belly breath here. Spread your fingers out. Press into the mat like you're pushing the mat away, and then draw your shoulder blades down your back. Last breath. As you exhale here, gaze forward to your hands. Take those baby steps to bring the feet between the hands. Hands to shins, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Soften your knees a little bit. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way to standing. Exhale, hands to heart. Find your drishti. Take a breath. Let it go. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, swan dive and fold. Soften the knees if you need to. Keep them straight if you can. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, left leg runner's lunge. Stay for a breath here. Find that perpendicular shin. Shine the heart forward. As you exhale, step back to plank. Option to hold your plank position or take that yoga push-up. Knees, chest, and chin. Inhale to up dog, little back bend here, or cobra. And then exhale, everybody press to downward facing dog. So it's always okay to drop down to child's pose or tabletop. If you need a little break, you can take a break and jump back in whenever you want to. Join us again. Stay for 1 more breath. And with your exhale, look forward to your hands and then baby steps, or maybe this time, jump the feet between the hands. Lift the hands to the shins, find that half lift. Exhale, forward fold, tuck your chin. Inhale, long spine, reverse swan dive. Exhale, hands to chest, gaze forward, find that drishti. Take a quiet breath in mountain pose. Exhale until it's gone. Inhale, reach the arms up. Lift your gaze if you can. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold, lead with your heart. Inhale to halfway, touch the shins or the thighs. Exhale, plant the hands, 2 steps or a little hop. We're going right into chaturanga. This could be knees, chin, and chest. Inhale to up dog. This could be cobra, legs down. And then exhale, press back to downward facing dog. Slide the shoulders down the back again. Keep the knees soft if you need to. One more full breath. As you exhale, look forward to your hands. With your inhale, baby steps or jump. Bring the feet between the hands. Lift to half fold. Exhale, fold forward. Let your head go. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Find that drishti, take a breath. We're going to go one more round. This is sun salutation A. And on your inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, swan dive and fold. Flow with your breath. Inhale to half lift. Exhale to low plank or knees, chin, and chest. Squeeze the elbows in. Inhale to up dog. Take that heart opener. And exhale, release to downward facing dog. 3 rounds of belly breath here. Last full breath. At the end of your exhale, look forward again. We'll make that same transition. Baby steps or bring the feet forward with a jump. Lift to halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Exhale, hands to chest, gaze forward. Finding that gazing point. Take a quiet breath in mountain pose. So from here, let's bring the right hand to the right hip. Reach out and take the left knee with the left hand. So if you can't wrap the hand around the outside of the knee, maybe holding under the knee. The knee can be hip distance or hip level or higher. Once you get the knee lifted, work on stacking the spine. Gaze in that same direction. Find that same gazing point. Sometimes fixing your gaze can help you balance. Keeping your belly button forward facing. Open the left knee sideways to the left as wide as you can without turning the belly or the ribs. So the torso stays forward. The standing leg is strong. Stay for 1 breath here. And then as you inhale again, we'll bring the left knee forward. Take 2 hands to your hips. Kick the left heel. And then we're going to bring the left leg back and come into warrior 3. So as the left leg slides behind you, use your hands on your hips to find that square position with your hips. So they're facing forward. Hands can come to your chest. You can reach your arms back. You can tee the body a little deeper and find a little more range in this warrior 3. 1 more breath here. We're going to land on the ball of the left foot. So land on the left foot, keep the heel high. Sweep the arms overhead, sink into that right knee. So this is crescent lunge. So we're trying to bring the shoulders above the hips. We're trying to push the right knee forward over the middle of the foot and keep the left heel lifted and high. Draw the low belly in, lots of strength and structure in the legs. So you're really anchored in the lower body. Lifting through the fingertips, straighten the elbows if you can, take 1 more breath. And then as you exhale here, we're going to reach the hands around the right foot. Swing the right leg high, coming into 3-leg dog. So as the right leg lifts up, try to keep that square position in the hips. 5 toes on the right foot pointing to the floor. Just another breath here. And then as you exhale, we're going to squeeze the right knee into the chest. Step the right foot between the hands. So if you need to, use the right hand to bring that right foot up. You want that perpendicular shin again. And then drop the left knee, untuck the left toes, reach the arms up, and come into low lunge. So as we sink the hips forward and down, we're still trying to keep the shoulders just above the hips. Reaching through the fingertips. Maybe there's a little back bend, a little deeper stretch here. 1 more full breath. as you exhale, reach down again, frame the right foot with the hands. Start to move the hips back, stretching into the right hamstrings. So keep the knee slightly bent if that's a better position, or straighten the knee out completely. Take 2 breaths here. One more full breath. And then soften your right knee. Plant the sole of your foot. Before we lift up, we'll take a twist so the left hand stays down. Sweep the right arm up. Turn your chest to the right side of your mat and try to stack your right shoulder over your left shoulder. One more big belly breath here. And as you exhale, 2 hands down, tuck the left toes, lift up the left knee. We're going to step the right foot back. Option just to hold your plank position or take that little vinyasa. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. And exhale to down dog. Everybody press to down dog. Take 2 rounds of breath. Always take those breaths in child's pose. One more big belly breath. And as you exhale here, look forward to your hands. Soften your knees. Either walk or jump, feet between the hands. Lift up halfway. Exhale, fold forward, tuck your chin. Inhale, reverse swan dive. And exhale, hands to chest. Coming back to mountain pose, finding that gazing point. And then we'll take the left hand to the left hip, pick up the right knee, and bring the right hand to the right knee. So again, reaching under the knee if that works better. You do want to be able to stack your spine, so don't reach so far that you lose that position in your spine. You want to be as upright as possible, draw in the low belly, keep the belly button forward, and open the right knee sideways. So just getting a little hip stretch here, challenging your balance by standing on one leg. Make that standing leg strong. Last breath. And then bring your right knee forward. 2 hands to your hips. Kick your heel. We're going to transition to Warrior 3. So bring the right leg back. And as you do, make sure you haven't let that right hip fly up. We want the right hip pointing forward, left hip pointing forward. Option to stretch the arms back. Option to go a little deeper in your T. Stay for one more breath. Try to point 5 toes down on the right foot. And then we'll land on the ball of the right foot, stepping into crescent lunge. Sweep the arms up, sink into the left knee, square the shoulders, square the hips to the front. Anchored and grounded in the lower body, but lifting and light in the upper body. Option to take a little back bend. One more breath. Exhale, reach down, frame your left foot. Swing your left leg high, coming into 3-leg dog. 5 toes point to the floor on the left foot. Stay for a breath. And then as you exhale, squeeze your left knee into your chest. Step your left foot between your hands. Help that foot forward if you need to. Drop your right knee down. Untuck your right toes. Reach your arms up, coming back into low lunge. So the palms can be together or apart. But you do want your elbows straight. Draw your shoulder blades down. Lift your sternum. Press into the top of your right foot. Press into your left heel. Anchor, anchor. Take another breath. And then exhale. Frame the left foot with the hands. Start to shift your hips back. Straightening the left knee a little bit or a lot, whatever works for you and your hamstrings. Stay for 2 breaths. And then soften your left knee. Shift your weight forward. Before we come up, we're going to twist. So the right hand stays down. Sweep your left arm up, turning your chest to the left side of your mat. Still anchored into that right foot. One more breath. Exhale, bring that left hand down. Tuck your right toes. Lift up your right knee. Option to step into plank and hold plank, or exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. And exhale, everybody, to downward facing dog. And take 2 rounds of belly breath. Always okay to rest here. Always okay to rest anywhere. Last breath. As you exhale, look forward to your hands. Transition walking or jumping. Feet between the hands. Lift to halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Exhale, hands to heart, coming down to mountain pose. All right, so keeping your hands at your chest, shift your weight again to your left foot. We're going to bring the right foot up to tree. So finding another balancing pose here at the top of your mat. Your right foot could sit against your inner ankle, your inner calf, or your inner thigh. You don't want to press right against the left knee joint though. Find that same gazing point. And if you feel steady, if you feel like your balance is okay, you could reach your arms overhead. If you have the right knee up, the left hand goes behind, and you'll just wind the hands together again. See if you can make your left leg really strong. So engage your quadriceps. Lift your kneecap. Take one more breath here. As you exhale, bring your hands back to your chest. Draw in your low belly again. Bring your right knee forward. Kick your heel just like you did before. We're going to go back to Warrior 3. So as the right leg kicks back, try to point pinky toe down toward the ground. Option to keep the hands here. It might be easier to balance. Stretch the arms back or reach the arms out. Strong right glute. Take one more breath. We're going back to crescent lunge, so we'll land on the ball of the right foot. If the arms are up, maybe they can stay up, or maybe you'll sweep them up once you get there. Reach through the fingertips, draw the shoulder blades down, take one more breath here. And then same transition, we're going to exhale around the left foot, swing the left leg through, coming back into 3-leg dog. Pinky toe pointing down toward the ground, just another breath. And then squeeze the left knee into the chest. Step the left foot between the hands, coming back up to runner's lunge. And then we're going to make a quarter turn to the right. Pivot the feet with you and come back into wide leg forward fold. So here on wide leg forward fold, you could reach out for the outer ankles or the outer calves or walk the hands between the feet. Your knees could be bent. And I want you to think about how much body weight you're letting roll to the edges of your feet. So if you tend to kind of roll out to the edges of your feet, plant the base of your big toe. If you tend to kind of roll in, plant the outer edges. So notice where you have that body weight and try to balance things there. Take one more breath. And then we'll walk the hands right underneath the chest. Keep your left hand on the floor with the left fingers tented. Sweep the right arm up. Draw the right shoulder over the left shoulder. Extend the fingers long and straight. Left knee can be soft here. Take one more breath. And then with your exhale, we'll bring the right hand down and switch it out. So inhale, reach the left arm up. Trying to stack the left shoulder over the right shoulder. The right knee might bend a little bit there. Reach through the fingertips. Take one more breath. And then exhale, bring 2 hands down. Soften your knees. Reach your hands to your hips. And with a nice long spine, come all the way up to standing. Take your time coming up. Flip your left foot 90 degrees to the left. So the left foot faces the top of the mat. The right foot turns in just a few degrees. Take your arms out in a T position. Bend into your left knee. So this is Warrior 2. As you come into Warrior 2, you want your right shoulder pulling back, your torso turning sideways. Look to your left hand. Take one more breath. And with your inhale, straighten your left knee. Shift your hips to the right, shoulders to the left. And then sideways down to the left, coming into extended triangle. So your left hand might land on your thigh. It might land on the top of your shin. You might be able to reach to your ankle. But you do want to make sure to pull the hips forward
So the hips are underneath the rest of the body. Reach through those right fingertips. Just take one more breath. And then soften the left knee. Come all the way back up to warrior two. Take another bend in that left knee here. Keep your right leg really active and strong. Last full breath. And as you exhale, we're going to cartwheel the hands around the left foot. Lift onto the ball of the right foot. And we're going to step back to plank. Maybe take that little vinyasa if you want it. Exhale to chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. And exhale to down dog. So everybody ending here in downward dog. Maybe taking a breath or two in child's pose or tabletop. Last full breath. As you exhale here, look forward to your hands. Walk or jump, feet between the hands. Lift to halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. And exhale to mountain pose. Find that gazing point. Draw your low belly in again. And we'll keep the hands at the heart. Shift weight to your right foot. We're going to angle the left foot or the left knee open and come up to tree on the left side. So as the left foot comes into the right inner leg, make sure you're still stacking your spine. You're still pointing your belly button forward. The left knee should be as open as possible, but if it's kind of tilting in, that's okay. Option to reach the arms up. If the left knee is up, we'll take the right hand behind, winding at the wrists, drawing the palms together. Stay for a breath here. Strong standing leg. And then exhale, hands to heart, kick the left knee forward, kick the heel, and then transition to warrior three. So a little faster transition, dial that pinky toe down, arms can reach back or up, stay for a breath. And then move back into crescent, so land on the ball of the left foot. Sweep the arms up, sink into the right knee, square the shoulders, square the ribs, take a breath. Exhale, frame the right foot with the hands. We're going to swing the right leg high, coming back up to three-leg dog. Point the pinky toe down again. And then squeeze the right knee into the chest. Step the right foot through, coming back into runner's lunge. Quarter turn to your left. Pivot the feet with you. Coming into a wide leg forward fold again. Maybe walking through the feet, walking around the outer ankles, or just keeping the hands under the shoulders. Knees can be soft. Take another full breath. And then again, we're going to walk the hands under the chest. Keep your right hand on the floor. Twist to the left, reaching the left arm up. We're going to go a little deeper in the shoulder. Rotate your left palm backward. So your left palm is reaching back, and then wrap your left arm around your back, trying to touch your back of your left hand to your sacrum, or maybe around to your right hip, or maybe reaching and holding your right thigh. Once you get your arm in place, start to peel the left shoulder back, increasing the rotation in your spine. One more big breath. And then as you inhale, sweep your left arm up. As you exhale, left hand down, and we'll reverse it. So reach the right arm up. It's okay to soften the left knee if you need to. Rotate the right palm back. Wrap the right arm around the back, and then start to peel the right shoulder back, finding a little more rotation. Take another breath here. And then inhale, reach the right arm back up to the top. Exhale, bring the right hand down. Two hands under the chest. Soften your knees. Reach your hands to your hips with a nice long spine. Come all the way back up to standing. Flip the right foot 90 degrees to the right. Turn the left toes in. Open the arms in a T. Sink into the right knee, coming into warrior two. Draw the left shoulder back. So we don't want to be turning the shoulders forward. We want to be turning the shoulders to the side, reaching out through the fingertips. One more breath. Peeking at the right knee. Make sure the right knee is not collapsing in, but is actually pressing over the middle of the foot. And then we'll straighten the right knee, shift your hips to the left, shoulders to the right, and come down to extended triangle. So without dumping into that bottom arm, we want to stay lifted into those left fingertips. One more big belly breath. And then inhale, rise back up to warrior two, sink into your right knee. And then as you exhale, we're going to cartwheel the hands around the right foot, step back to plank, option to hold plank position, or take your vinyasa. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale to downward dog. Take 2 full breaths here. And at the end of that second exhale, let's go ahead and put the knees down on the mat. Take the knees a little wide. Sit back in child's pose. Reach your fingertips up or maybe fold your arms under your head. So you want to be fairly comfortable. Take the knees as wide as you need to get comfortable. And we'll just stay for 3 full rounds of breath. Bring your breathing back into your belly if you need to. Coming back to those full diaphragm breaths. One more big belly breath. And then stretch your arms back out if you need to. Lift your way up to tabletop. Bring your knees a little closer. We're going to shift our weight forward so the chest is over the thumbs. Squeeze the elbows in, bend the elbows, and come all the way down to the belly. Make the legs really long and straight. Zip the inner thighs together so the legs are really close. Keeping your hands directly underneath your shoulders. Squeeze your elbows in toward the middle of your back. And then with your abdominals engaged, on your inhale, lift your head, your chest, your hands, and your toes. So we're coming up to floating locust here. So baby locust or floating locust. Keeping the hands close to the shoulders. Squeeze the elbows in. Point your toes. Keep your legs long and straight. Your gaze should be forward or maybe slightly down. Take another breath. And then as you exhale, go ahead and bring your chest down, bring your toes down, fold your arms underneath your head, place your forehead on your hands, bend your knees, and wag your feet side to side a few times. So just taking a little gentle movement in the hips, releasing the low back. And then from here, extend your legs long. Zip your inner thighs together again. Slide your hands underneath your shoulders. Squeeze your elbows in toward the center of your back. We're going to lift back into locust, so engage the abdominals. Inhale, head, chest, and hands and toes. And if you want, once you get up there, you can stretch the arms back, coming into full locust, reaching the fingers toward the toes. Take one more round of breath here. You've got this. And then as you exhale, release, come down, fold the hands underneath the head again. Let the forehead rest on the hands, bend your knees, wag your feet a few times just to release the back. And then extend your legs out, lift up your head, slide your hands under your shoulders again. We're going to press up through table. Take the knees and the legs to one side, come down, take a seat. So we're going to come all the way down, bring the soles of the feet together. So just like we did at the top of practice, bringing the soles together, letting the knees drop wide. Once you get your feet in this diamond position, find the top of your sit bones. So if the feet are too close and you're kind of rocked back here, slide your feet away so that you can come all the way up. Your spine is completely extended. and you're resting on the top of your sit bones. So some of you will need to have your feet out wide. Some of you will be able to draw your feet in closer. From here, holding your shins or your ankles or your big toes, lift your chest, lift your gaze. And then we're just going to exhale and take a little forward fold. So you don't have to go far to feel that big release in your hips. So just find the stretch that you feel. Stay for a breath. And then on your inhale, we'll just come all the way back upright. Keep your left leg as it is. Extend your right leg out straight, taking your left foot against the inner thigh or the inner calf on the right leg. Reach forward for your right shin or your foot or your ankle. Inhale, lift the chest a bit. Exhale and come back into your forward fold. Stay for 2 breaths. And then on your inhale, come all the way back upright. So keeping your left knee bent, we're going to circle the left hand behind us. Plant the left hand on the floor. And then we're going to lift onto the left knee. So as you circle your right arm around, lift your hips off the floor, pressing your chest open, your hips open. Just taking a back bend here. Take a big belly breath. And then circle the right arm back around, come all the way back down, take a seat. We're going to pick up the left foot, move the left knee a little bit. So it doesn't really matter how, just move the knee. Kind of feeling into that left hip, finding tight spots, getting some movement. And then we'll take the left ankle above the right knee, cross the ankle over the knee, lean back, and we're going to draw the right knee in. So we're finding a figure 4 stretch. Might feel good to slide the knees side to side a few times, taking that rocking. And then we're going to try to stretch a little deeper into it by bringing the right knee toward us, walking our way up just a little bit taller, and maybe lifting the sole of the right foot off the floor. It's going to be a deep hip stretch for your left hip. Stay for a breath. And then slide the right leg away. Step the left foot over, come back up onto your sit bones, circle the left hand back again, reach the right arm up, and either wrap the right elbow around the left knee or cross the elbow over the knee, taking a twist to the left side. If you don't need that left hand to balance on for support, you can bring your hands to prayer and try to bring your thumbs to the center of your chest. Stay for a breath. And then exhale, unwind, take 2 hands to the right side, little baby push up, come back to center, extend 2 legs out straight, shake out your ankles a few times. Good. And then we're going to come back into bound angle, so bring the soles of the feet together, find the top of the sit bones again, scoot the heels as close as you want them, but make sure you can sit all the way up, holding the shins, the ankles, or the toes. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale and find that forward fold. Stay for a breath. And then inhale, rise your way back up. This time we'll keep the left leg bent, extend the right leg, extend the left leg out, keep the right leg bent. We're going to take the right foot against the left leg somewhere, wherever you want that to be. And then we'll reach for the right or the left shin or the ankle or the foot. Inhale, take a little lift. Exhale into the forward fold and stay for 2 breaths. And gently lift your way back up to the top of the sit bones. We'll circle the right arm back, plant the right hand on the floor, swing the left arm around, lifting onto the right knee, taking that big back bend, big breath. And then exhale, circle the left arm back around, come back to seated, face the front, pick up your right foot, move your right knee a little bit, any way you want to.
And when you're ready, we'll cross the right ankle over the left thigh. So you want it above the knee. Lean back onto the hands, drag the left foot in, and then start to slide the knees side to side a few times. So if your hips are tight or your glutes are sore, you should feel this in your hips and your glutes, stretching there. And then we'll go a little deeper in the stretch by walking a little closer to that shin, maybe lifting the sole of the left foot off the floor. Just take a breath or two. And then slide your left leg out, step your right foot over, come back up onto your sit bones. Circle your right arm back, tent the fingers, reach through the left arm, creating some length in the spine, and then either cradle the elbow around the knee or cross the elbow over the knee. Just make sure you can still sit up. Hands to your chest if you like, or keep that right hand on the floor. Stay for a breath. And then exhale, unwind, take the counter twist, 2 hands on the floor, little baby push up. Take 2 feet out in front of you, legs long and straight, shake out your ankles a few times. Good. And then from here, we're going to draw the heels in. Keep the feet about shoulder distance apart. Reach your arms forward, so hands are facing palms in. Sit as tall as you can, so you're trying to extend your spine a lot. Take a big breath. And as you exhale, we're going to tuck the chin to the chest, curl the spine as much as you can, go as low as you can without picking up the feet. And then inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale, curl down. You might be able to go all the way down. If you can, then do. Inhale, come all the way back up to seated. We're going to do 3 more. Exhale, tuck your chin, curl your spine, keep your heels down. Inhale, lift your way back up. 2 more. Exhale. Inhale. Last one, exhale. Inhale, come all the way back up. And then maybe holding on to your legs, maybe keeping the arms extended, come all the way down on your back. So once you get down there, slide your feet close to your sit bones. So the heels are close to your butt. Drop your hands down. Spread your toes out wide. And then pressing into your feet, lift your hips away from the floor and come up to bridge. So as the hips come up, the shoulder blades stay down. The eyes are up on the ceiling and the head should not move. Pressing into both feet. Take another breath. And then as you exhale, curl your spine back down to the floor, 1 vertebrae at a time. Extend your right leg out. Draw your left knee into your chest. Lace your hands around your left shin. So just like we did at the top of class, make your right leg really strong. Use the strength of your arms to draw your left knee towards you. Take a breath or 2. And then extend your left arm out to the left side. Use your right hand to guide your left knee over to the right. Coming into a supine twist. Try to keep 2 shoulder blades on the floor. Either look to the ceiling or look to your left hand. 1 more full belly breath here. And then just release that. Bring both knees into your chest. Lift your head and shoulders away from the floor. Wrap your arms around your legs. Rock yourself gently side to side. And then release. Come all the way back down. Plant your feet on the floor. Heels close to your butt. Drop your hands, palms facing down. And we're going to lift back into bridge. So as you inhale, press your hips up. Maybe working your shoulder blades a little closer together, keeping your eyes on the ceiling, your head is stationary. And just stay for 2 breaths here. Think about reaching your tailbone down toward your heels. 1 more belly breath. And then as you exhale, peel the spine back down to the floor. This time we'll extend the left leg out, pull your right knee in, lace your hands around your right shin, and draw your knee toward you. Make your left leg strong. Good work. And then from here, extend your right arm out to the right. Use your left hand to guide your right knee over. Try to keep 2 shoulder blades on the floor or close to the floor. Look to the ceiling or look over to your right thumb. Last breath. And then from here, we'll just draw 2 knees back into the chest, tucking your knees in, lift your head and your shoulders, wrap your arms around your legs, give yourself a couple of rocks side to side. And then we'll bring the head and the shoulders down, extend your legs out long and straight, bring your arms down by your body. We're going to find a comfortable resting position here and spend our final few moments resting in Savasana. So if there's any other stretch or yoga pose that we didn't do that you would like to do before you come into Savasana, you could take the time to do that now. If you're ready to stretch out, bring your arms down, extend your legs out, close your eyes, and we'll just take a moment to make sure we're really releasing all the tension from our body. So let go of all the tension in your face. So you have no facial expression, just neutral. Let your eyes drop into their sockets. Let your jaw relax and unhinge. Let your tongue drop from the roof of your mouth. Let your chin relax toward your chest. Let your shoulder blades melt into the floor. Let your lower back rib cage rest toward the floor, softening your back. And let your belly soften. Let your hips melt into the floor. And then let your arms feel heavy, let your legs feel heavy. And then let your awareness come back to your breath. That feeling of expansion in the inhales, and that feeling of release in the exhales.
can take these next few breath cycles to begin to deepen your breaths again. Maybe begin to make small movements in your body. When you're ready, reach your arms up, point your toes, give yourself a big squeeze. And then release and pull your knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around your legs. It might feel good to rock sideways a few times. And then gently taking your time, come back up to seated slowly. Bring your hands to your heart. Thank you for taking this time today to nurture your body, this time for yoga. The best in me honors the best in you. When I see that in you and you see that in me, we are one. Namaste. Enjoy your day. Thanks for being here.